Hello, Tabbies! Welcome to today's video. Yes, I'm glad that you are here with me. And if you're here, because of the stories or however it is, feel free to like stick around and see. But today we'll talk about how you can start feeling great on Instagram or even just scrolling through social media in general because regardless of how you feel about social media, we all have we have to involve, like, that's just a part of our life now, especially now with stay at home, work from home kind of thing. We all have to connect through like just the clown, basically the internet. Like a lot of you here actually have not met me in real life, but we're connected through the power of the internet. And that's, but as we work through, but is the internet becomes sort of like a second life or even a life that we have. And a lot of you might feel very not so positive or even negative about your experience here, even though it does have some benefits to our whole life in general, right? And so let's begin. So if you're here and you miss my stories, feel free to go to the highlights and it will show you like what was happening before this video. But otherwise, if you remember the stories or if you watch the highlights and came back, no worries, we'll keep going, right? And so let me tell you my story, basically how I got started. And the thing is, a couple of years ago, when I was not fit at all, I didn't exercise, I ate whatever, like not trash, but whatever I wanted, right? I didn't feel good about myself. And just like you, I came online looking for help, going here, looking at these fitness influencers, looking for an answer to my problem because I felt when I went to the doctor, actually, I was overweight, like slightly overweight. So it wasn't like obese by any means, but it was at the overweight point for my BMI. And then I did actually a scan. It's called DEXA, spelled DEXA, and basically that scan shows you where your fat is in your whole entire body. That is our most modern and accurate way to see fat, and we have to yet to have that, because I work, like I said, I went to school in exercise science, so these are the kinds of things that I got access to, like these equipments, because I mean, with even the DEXA scan, the reason why I'm not talking too much about it here is simply because it's very expensive to do outside of it. So if you were to pay it for yourself here with your own money in the US, it would cost you about $2,000 per scan. And I got that for free twice, right? And so I realized, well, I was not fit at all because those are like multiple things that was contributing to my problem. And obviously my body didn't look great. And one of the things when I was browsing Instagram and I noticed myself is that I would always edit my pictures before posting. Yes, like with even the figure now, 68% of American adults would not post pictures without editing. It was like a huge thing that I noticed. Like, it's not even just like small filters to just my face look a little bit better or whatever. It was like me specifically coming in to thin out my face. Like, I was not happy with my naturally round face. Like, if you look at me, this is my hair. Like, my face is like a complete circle, and I didn't feel good about it because obviously a lot of fitness influencers here or even the models you see on traditional media, they all look beautiful, like their face is not round, they're like sort of like an oval shape, and I wanted that but I didn't have it, and so I went on, and that's not exactly a very good thing to do, right? And even now, social media has shifted our sort of feeling of how we supposed to look. Like, you've heard about, a lot of surgeons talk about the Snapchat filter surgery. So people would come in and actually wanted to have surgery so they themselves look the exact same way on the Snapchat filter, like on the app, and how they look in real life, at least from the mirrors. That's, not exactly a good thing that's happening. And even now, let me show you this article. Let me find it. Just a second here. As you can see, like, I can't pull myself down, but obviously you can kind of read it. But Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, kind of the same thing. It has show toxic sort of effects on us especially teenage girls, about how we look in at our body image, and that's not right. Like about 13% of teenage girls reported having suicidal thoughts because of Instagram. And that's not exactly a great thing we have going for us here. That's a very bad part. Yeah, people was talking about deleting Facebook or whatever, but the thing is I cannot connect to my friends. Like I move, I'm an immigrant, so I cannot connect to them if I was to delete Facebook. And even then, it's not like a completely bad kind of things if we know how to use it. Like it's I compare it to almost like money. I would say, money, like people like, oh, I don't have a whole lot of money or whatever, like you're a greedy person, but we all need money to survive. Like most of our problems would be solved with money, right? And so the same thing I would say with Instagram and social media is a part of our life now. We connect to people around the world. Like I have my own business here online thanks to these kind of channels. Obviously, I had my website, but how many of you actually read my website? How many of you actually subscribe to my email list? If you do, I will leave you a link in the description after this. You can click and then opt into my email list, but otherwise, you're not in there. Instagram is like the most easiest way for you to get connected to me and get information. And that's my reason why actually I started posting on Instagram instead of other platforms, simply because of how people was looking at Instagram as a sort of like, well, I need to look perfect, I need to look beautiful. But the thing is, you are already beautiful. You might not look like, you don't feel like you're perfect because we're like our own worst critics as well. We can notice the little things that people don't see, like all of that. So instead of coming in here and trying to be like, well, I look beautiful, look at me on the lake kind of feeling, I just want to show you like my bare face. Like you never see me wear makeup here. Well, one, because I don't know how to do it, and two, it's just so that you can see like beauty comes in multiple different facets. You don't have There's no like one way to be beautiful. And my reason for that is as we progress, right? A lot of us come here to look for answers, and what we ended up with is like comparing ourselves to these kind of image, trying to get these kind of image, and we sort of lose sight of what actually matters, our health. Like I promote health as a long-term thing. You're exercising now to prevent yourself of like the risk of being like disabled in the future, right? So that's why one of my taglines is actually exercise is cheaper than hospital, because believe it or not, we all gonna grow old. We're all gonna have problems at the end. But you don't want to have so many problems that your quality of life would go down. You want to have like just a few or even like little, so that you can still keep going with how much you want to get out of life, but you can get going without having like much regrets when you get older. You don't want to like when you retire and you travel to say Italy, that meme, and then just pass out. Like you don't want to be like that meme either. And so that's why I'm here just to tell you that you are beautiful and you can start feeling great today, um, by basically stop comparing yourself to other people. The reason is you are a beautiful person. You don't have to like be like them. And to convince you with that, actually, I'm having a evolve from negativity to love your body masterclass coming up, and I would love to invite you to this kind of thing. And instead of focusing on like what to do, all the strategies and tactics, what I want to give to you actually is like a framework so that you can use to take the most out of here. Like you can come here, look at the fitness influencer and be like, oh, they look good. Let's see what kind of exercise, what kind of things they're doing, right? But like you don't make it like, oh wow, it's they have to do this and that, all this stuff. You don't have to be negative about it. You can take that as like an experiment. You see them trying out this diet and you look, okay, is it something that I want to do? Is this comply with my personal belief? And if it does, I can try it out to see. If not, then I move on. That's no big deal. Like that's what we do. We have to experiment to see where we are, right? And the thing is, our mindset is the most important part. It's not about the strategy, it's not about the exercises that, even me or any other fitness coach is going to give you. It's about your mindset of going forward, because obviously, we like when you hire a fitness coach, you can lose weight like almost immediately. Like, you can lose weight. That's not a problem there. The problem is, once you're done with us, are you going to gain back all of those weight, and what does that mean, right? Or you get healthy, you with us and you exercise 30 times a week, feeling great, but then afterward, like a month or two after you're done with us, what are you going to do? See? So that's the huge problem. And that's why I would love to invite you to my free masterclass, Evolve from Negativity to Love Your Body. And the thing is, it's all about your mindset and how to work, how to bring these unconscious thought of you comparing yourself. You might not feel like it, but you do. Like, it's something I do all the times. Like, I have to use this method for myself as well to overcome these kind of things, because sometimes we're just like mindlessly going through Instagram, and the algorithm make us like feel really bad about ourselves, because fear is the most effective way to market. Like, that's literally it. Like, that's feeling of fear and feeling like we're not doing enough is the most effective way of just selling you things. So I don't want to give you that. I want you to give like a sort of fun feeling that you can go through this and feel like, oh, I'm doing this for myself. I'm feeling great. All these people are doing great too, but I'm also doing great. And full disclosure, this is sort of a free masterclass, simply because I want to test out these ideas as well, because I understand that approaching body image and how we look at ourselves on social media can be a sensitive topic, and I want to make sure that I do approach it like appropriately. Wow, that's kind of bunch of words there. So I want to do it like appropriately, in a way that convey, the points across. It's not going to be like, with you have to do this or that. Like, no, like, it's more about, okay, you recognizing you're feeling that way, and how do you do it, fix that, so that it goes in the direction that you want your life to be. And it's free only this time, because obviously I'm testing out, like I've been saying. And afterward, I'll make this into a course, and it's a mini course, so it's not like a huge thing either. But it's gonna be a paid thing later on. So if you want to get on it, once you sign up, uh, as we get closer to the date of the master class, I'll show you. I'll send you like the links, and then the worksheets that you can follow along with me when we're going through the master class. But with that being said, I hope that you are doing great, and you learn something to that, so that you can start feeling great about yourself starting today. And bye bye.